Well, it was fun while it lasted. The 2-game win streak for the New York Jets come to a close as New England extends their win streak to 8-2. What's going on, guys? I'm Matt O'Leary. This is the post-game show, which is brought to you by Sleeper. Think you know football? Then try to turn your football knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick up more or less on your favorite players with more stats than any other daily fantasy app. Just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live. Pick more or less than the predicted stats, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money if your picks win. Use my promo code O'Leary. You can get a $100 match on your first deposit or free $20 no deposit required promo. Terms and conditions apply. All right, let's hop into this one. We are going to break it down as we usually do. And the New York Jets start this game by electing to receive a surprise decision for the Jets, who have struggled mightily on offense, but they came out and had an absolutely stellar drive. First play of the game, Fields throws to Mason Taylor on first down, and then you had a big Breece Hall gain on third down. Nice play call from Tanner Engstrand. Then a big Fields run inside the 35, another third down conversion, Isaiah Davis draw. AD Mitchell in his Jets debut was found on a slant for a 1st and goal. And then Justin Fields runs one in for a touchdown, a little read option action, puts the Jets up 7-0. 14 play, over 8-minute drive, 11 runs. The Jets were pounding the rock. A great display from their offensive line on that first drive. New England goes right down the field and scores. Brownlee gets hit for an unnecessary roughness penalty, bringing down Stephon Diggs late. 4th and 2, the offense stays on the field. They convert to Pop Douglas. Really nice route. Was able to beat Brandon Stevens on that play. Had a brain fart for a moment. Couldn't remember the name. Then hits Diggs inside the red zone. Henderson plows through, ties this game up for New England 7-7. Offense really stalls after this, especially in the first half. They did pretty much nothing else. Jets go 3 and out. You had a bad miss on second down from Fields to AD Mitchell. Next New England drive, big play action hit to Hunter Henry. Jets pass rush unable to get home, ends up finding Matt Collins for 20. Another big play to Matt Collins inside the 10. Henderson and crew pushes into the end zone, putting New England up 14-7. Jets, they go 3 and out. Mitchell dropped what would have been a massive gain down the left sideline. It was a pretty disappointing debut for AD Mitchell, who had, I'm going to say 2.5 drops. We'll talk about some of the other issues later on, but at least 2 you put on him, and then 1 that I put 50% on Fields, 50% on him. Jets defense, they finally get off the field. They had, Drake May started this game with 11 straight completions. Finally, they're able to get off the field. They go 3 and out again, the Jets offensively. On that next possession for the Jets, there was a third down play where AD Mitchell was open, and it looked like the ball was on the wrong side of him. So like he's going down the field, should have came over the shoulder for a big gain. Instead, it was thrown on the right side. He gets all turned around. He gets 2 hands on it. So that's why it's half his fault, half on Fields, because if the ball's over the shoulder, that, there's a big gain. But it would not have nearly been as big of a gain. And it was a hard catch, but one you would have liked to see him make. Ugly possession for the Jets to start things off on this last final possession of the half. They start with 12 men on the field on defense. Big third down sack was negated by a Brandon Stevens holding. A killer penalty. Was it borderline? Yeah, it was probably borderline after watching the replay, but that extends the drive. Then Tony Adams and Quantez Stiggers collide and can't come up with an interception. The ball was in the air for about 14 seconds, and the Jets still, through 10 games, do not have a interception on the season. Almost unfathomable. The Patriots would settle for a field goal right before the end of the half. They miss. So 14-7 at the half. The Jets only down a touchdown. All right, New England starts with the ball because the Jets receive to start the game. So New England goes 3 and out. Hey, Jets defense does their job. Jets and Justin Fields, they don't really do anything because Fields is hit with an intentional grounding call, kills the drive. I thought maybe he got outside the pocket, but then he kind of steps back into the pocket and threw it where no one was. Kirk Herbstreit on the broadcast was saying, like, on that play. He had a tight end. I think it was Mason Taylor. But one of the two tight ends was way out in the flat. Just throw that over his head out of bounds, and you wouldn't have had the intentional grounding call. Jets forced to punt. Mac Hollins, big game down the field. Mac Hollins having a big day, just rough. Tyler Barron was active with Brain McGregor banged up a little bit right now. He would miss Drake May, and Drake May steps up, extends the play. He did that very well today and would throw for a first down. Then another conversion to Stephon Diggs. Drake May runs around, ends up finding Henderson for a touchdown, 21-7. That third touchdown of the day for Henderson, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. Jets respond, though. Couple conversions to the tight end. Brees, a patient run, picks up a first down. John Mechie gets wide open. Patriots defender falls down. Justin Fields hits him, 22-yard touchdown, brings the Jets within 7, 21-14. Pats start driving. Jarvis Brownlee hit with another penalty. He's had back-to-back absolutely brutal days. The penalty numbers were way too high in this game. JJ Big Sack pushes it to a 3rd and long. New England attempts a field goal, and they hit this one. So now it's a 10-point lead for New England, 24-14. Justin Fields on the next possession runs for a first down. Nice spin move, picks it up. Drive ends up stalling, so they pick up 1 first down and then have to punt it away. Big play to Stephon Diggs. He goes over 100 yards. And then the Jets do get off the field, though, which is good. So it's still just a 10-point game. They get off the field on a nice PBU from Brandon Stephens. He was beat on the play, but played through the whistle, played through the ball, knocks it out late, incomplete. So they punt right back to the New York Jets. This is unfortunate when any slim chance, you're down 10 late in this game, very slim chance of coming back, but this pretty much killed all of it. Justin Fields fumbles the snap and plays kick the can with it. Gifts New England the red zone possession. Just one. Was it low? It was a low snap, yes. Did it bounce off the ground? Did it two-hop to him? No. Catch the ball, or if you're not going to catch the ball, just fall on it. You tried to pick it up and make a play, only made things worse. The Jets defense ends up holding okay, though, and they allow a field goal, not a touchdown, so it's a 27-14 game. Next possession, or really the final possession for the New York Jets, a nice catch for John Mechie. They get moving down to the 33-yard line after a long Justin Fields run. They're in the red zone. They're in striking distance. Justin Fields takes a sack on 3rd down, held on to it probably a little bit too long. They were saying on the broadcast as well. That's a scenario where you'd like to see him, if the first read's not there, just go. And he tried to run, but it was too late. And that's unfortunately the story with Justin Fields. He's late to run or late to pull the trigger on a pass, and it bit them in the ass today. On 4th down, they try to throw in the flat to Jeremy Ruckert. It does not work. It's either, I don't know if you want to rule it a drop or just a nice play by the defender on New England, but incomplete. Patriots sit on the ball, and they win this game 27-14. So the Jets just miss covering this game. They hung around for a while, but just a not a great offensive day, and defensively struggled too. Justin Fields, here's his stat line: 15-26, 116 passing yards, 4.5 yards per attempt, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown, 81.6 rating. Justin Fields was the leading rusher, 11 carries for 67 yards. Also had a touchdown. Breece Hall, 14-58. Your leading receiver, John Mechie, 3 for 45. A.D. Mitchell ends up only having the 1 catch on 6 targets. He did not look very good today. This is part of the evaluation process, obviously, but did not look very good. For Drake May and the Patriots, 281 yards passing touchdown. Henderson had 62 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing, 1 receiving. Stephon Diggs, your leading receiver, 9 catches for 105 yards. And you also had Henderson with a receiving touchdown in this game. But unfortunately, Jets just did not have the horses for this one. Again, it didn't really get ugly until the end. They hung around for a little bit, so I'll give them some credit for that, but they don't end up covering the 11.5 point spread. They lose by 13. Turnovers, the lack of being able to create a turnover, the lack of being able to get a sack. They only sacked Drake May 1 time in this game. Just did not did not have the horses, kind of where I'm at with this. I don't think it was a poorly coached game from Aaron Glenn. I could say that I thought the offensive coordinator, Tanner Engstrand, tried to get innovative. It worked. The opening script was fantastic. They are clearly a team that is hamstrung by a mix of not only the quarterback, but they do not have the weapons in the passing attack without Garrett Wilson. That's a big issue. Like, Garrett Wilson doesn't have 2.5, 3 drops in this game. And defensively, man, like, they clearly need a new defensive coordinator in 2026. That much of the evaluation I feel confident in saying. But let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe here if you're new. I'll catch you next time.